Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out Darth Vader issue 47 by Greg Pak and Raphael Ienco. Vader's assault on Exegol continues as the Schism secures the Kyber crystals of the Sith Eternal cultists. Again, Pak treats us to more of Pride's fanboyism right here in the first page, with him acting as Vader's hype man and showering him with praise for all of the awesome stuff he just did. I love that the rest of the Schism are just so over him now, since that's all Pride has brought to the table, and it served them well in getting them in the door into Exegol, since that was the whole point really, that he was here. But now that his time has passed, they just don't want anything to do with him, more or less. The Summa Verminoth that the Sith Eternal summon begin to descend on the Schism, and Vader does something extremely evil and on character here, as the Markor have all been damaged and left free from his control, and since they have fulfilled their duty to him, which is to fight against the Sith Eternal, he wants them to be left behind for the Summa Verminoth to consume, and we get a really grim panel of the creatures touching the minds of the cyborgs and causing them immense pain. Sly again delivers a great speech that rallies the Schism together as they secure the Kyber. She believes that they are stronger than ever and can now take the Emperor head on. Maul's role is kind of just been doing these speeches and relaying exposition to us as readers, but Pak writes her in a really compelling way that you can't help but be excited for what she has planned for the Schism next and what her speeches will contain. They're really well written, and I quite like her character here as a sort of latent force user who's kind of just trailing behind Vader's wake of destruction. Vader meanwhile touches the Kyber and contacts Palpatine, who is pleased at what he has done by taking power on Exegol, as is the Sith way. Palpatine also goes into the classic Sith gloating and pushes Vader to try and answer the question of which two Sith there will be, him and Vader, the Emperor and Luke, or Luke and Vader. The connection Vader and Palpatine share also extends to Luke because of this, who across the galaxy feels the disturbance. Luke gets a cool little moment here with Leia as she tries to understand the connection he has with Vader, citing how Vader might be scared of him since he's trying to stay hidden away from Luke. Luke wants to get away from the rebels for a little bit, so Leia sends him on a mission as she received a message from Waba, who says that she wants to see Luke since she's got something that he might be interested in. Luke immediately knows that it's a trap, but figures it will get him away from Vader, so he decides to investigate it. Vader meanwhile brings together all of the parts of the Schism to create a new power staff for himself, affixing a Kyberite crystal to it and empowering it with power cells he got from Tontaza's death machine to create a powerful new weapon. I think it's a great idea that Pak decided to keep the Zali shield and staff he gave Vader a few arcs ago around. They are such a unique weapon for Vader to wield, and they also make him feel a bit more like a medieval knight. They give him that great sort of silhouette with the knight and a shield and like a jousting pole. Vader, riding on top of his shuttle like a dragon, confronts the Summa Verminoth and blasts it with his overpowered Zali shield and staff, blowing it and the dozens of monsters hiding in the red honeycomb zone away. Thanks to Vader's violent outburst of both the Kyber energy and force power though, Luke senses Vader and what he has done, causing him to become troubled again. Palpatine also senses this, and thanks to Vader's feat, gives him permission to go and seek out Luke and find out who he really is and where his allegiances lie. Luke meanwhile arrives to meet Waba, who has brought Sabe to see Luke. Sabe is quick to take down Waba and even R2, telling Luke that she is taking him to see Vader, and if he has the dark side in him, it's time for him to see it. Sabe and Luke interacting was not on my bingo sheet, but Pak has an opportunity to do something quite fantastic here, since Sabe was Padme's double when she was the queen and a senator, so she knew the woman better than even Anakin did, so she could help Luke understand who she was. This could also inform that little chat that Luke and Leia have in the Ewok village about Padme in Return of the Jedi and what Leia remembers of her, and Luke sort of bringing that question up now has kind of a reason, since he's kind of met someone who knew his mother, so he can kind of get an idea of what she was like, even though, you know, he was a baby when she died, so he would have no memory of her. It could also create a double meaning, because in the movie he does say he doesn't have a memory of his mother, and this could be him thinking that he knew who his mother was and what she was like, but then finding out from Sabe she was someone completely different, and that could be why he says he has no memory of her, because he really doesn't. He really never knew who his mother was, really. There's so so many interesting places this little interaction can go, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Pack does with it. Darth Vader issue 47 was an action-packed return to Exegol as Vader takes another big step towards confronting his son again. Greg Pak and his team wonderfully built on everything they have done so far and even rounded out the issue with a surprise meeting that I did not foresee coming at all. But it has me even more excited for the final 3 issues. I am going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.